Imagine you're in a relationship and everything about this person seems perfect. Like they say the right things, they do the right things, and you really feel this deep emotional bond with them. This is critical because you should know that if that person is faking love and pretending to have that deep emotional connection with you, then they are intentionally setting you up for a major heartbreak when you discover the truth. Now, maybe you're aware of this little flicker of doubt just below the surface that maybe your partner's faking that love, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. Then that is your first sign that they are faking love. When your gut tells you that maybe they're pretending to have a deep connection with you. It is important to trust your gut because it's often a sign of things you've overlooked. Small things that we're going to talk about later in this video, but just know that to trust your gut feeling, you will have to pay close attention, not just to the words, but to their unspoken emotional signals that they are giving off. Here's what you can do. Think back to when you first met. You might remember them always agreeing with you, always liking everything you liked, and how they always flattered you with over-the-top compliments. Do you start to realize how maybe it feels a little too perfect with them? Now, do you still see that? Keep listening for a lack of depth in their emotions. Notice if they avoid getting too deep or too personal. Think about how they interact with you. Now, the secret to uncovering their deception is to watch carefully and notice if your partner's emotional expressions feel timed or planned rather than stemming from a genuine feeling. Even if you don't see it right away, you'll begin to feel it. Now, if you are worried someone is faking love, then check your gut and be honest with yourself. You can do this right now. It'll give you some clarity. Just take a deep breath in, exhale, relax, and focus in, and ask yourself, do I feel connected with this person? Or do things with my partner feel kind of superficial? Do I feel this person is always open with me? Or are there moments when my partner's affection seems a little forced and manipulative? Do I feel how effortlessly this person shares deep emotional things with me? Or does it feel like that person puts up a wall, like they're holding back some secret? If it seems like your partner is putting on a performance rather than genuinely connecting with you, then it could be a warning sign of fake love. Now, if you have a genuine relationship with this person, then you can feel that emotional bond being built on consistent, authentic, and honest interactions. Now, an emotional bond can be faked for a while, but eventually that person's actions will reveal the truth. And this is our second sign, when their words don't match their actions. It's heartbreaking when someone says they'll always be there for you, but their actions tell you a different story. And it's a clear sign of fake love when your partner's words do not line up with how they act. Imagine this person showering you with promises of unwavering support and unconditional love. And when you need them the most, they're here for you. You can count on them to follow through, which ultimately means you can completely trust them. That would feel great, wouldn't it? Because knowing you can trust a person means that you feel safe with them. Now, imagine a partner who promises you the world, but never follows through. You're never quite sure if they're going to show up physically or emotionally for you. Sure, they have excuses, but if you can't rely on them to be here for you, then pretty quickly you'll find yourself feeling anxious, abandoned, and extremely frustrated. And sooner or later, you begin to realize you just cannot rely on them, which means you can't trust them, which means ultimately you won't feel safe with them. That's fake love. Their words don't match their actions. Stop right now and ask yourself how you feel about your partner. Can you say, yes, this person is always here for me, even when the chips are down? This person has always been honest with me, even in difficult times. Now really think back about your partner. Are there ever little parts of their stories that don't add up? Do you ever feel like they're not telling you the whole truth? Do you ever feel like they're flaky, absent-minded, or just unreliable? Oftentimes, we lie to ourselves about our partner's behavior, even when deep down inside you know the truth. The crucial thing to remember here is this: keep watching for these signs and trust your instinct. The more you sense a mismatch between your partner's behavior and their words, the more you will start to notice that uneasy feeling of doubt, insecurity, and mistrust growing between you and them. You just have to keep paying attention to what they do and how you feel. Because if your partner's actions do not match their words and you can't trust them, then eventually your relationship will start to feel pretty shallow, manipulative, and empty. Now pay close attention to how this next sign directly is affected by genuinely trusting and connecting with a person. Many people have talked to me about how it feels when your partner is indifferent towards you. Even when they are trying to fake love, you might still notice that they don't fully care about how you feel or what's going on in your life. This is our third sign of fake love. They are not genuinely interested in your life. Now, as we often talk about on this channel, having a genuine interest in a person is a very powerful thing. This is one of the ways we find ourselves connecting on a deeper emotional level. So if your partner is faking love, you may notice that they rarely ask about your day, your emotions, or your well-being. But on those very rare times that they do, you can tell that they're not really interested in anything you need to share. In fact, you might notice that they do not care about any part of your life that doesn't directly involve them. It's as if they only want to talk about themselves, their problems, their needs, and their issues. The major point to consider here is this: if your partner is faking love, then they will not be genuinely interested in your personal life, your emotions, or the things that are important to you. But in a good relationship, you will notice this person is taking an active and caring interest in every aspect of your life, even the small things. Now, to gain some clarity and insight, ask yourself these 5 questions. When you talk about your feelings or emotions, does it seem like your partner is pretending to understand, or do you feel genuinely understood? Is it more like talking to a wall with your partner, or do you feel this deeper compassion and curiosity about your life? Does your partner just nod along and not really listen when you share something that excites you? Or can you tell they share your enthusiasm? Have you ever second-guessed if their love is real? Or do you feel this genuine warmth and genuine connection growing between you all the time? Now, if a person is not genuinely interested in your personal life, it is a big red flag that they are faking love. Real love is about sharing a genuine interest and concern for each other's ideas, feelings, and experiences. And it's this kind of connection that allows you to feel supported, loved, and understood. Now, if they are faking a connection and faking love, you'll soon notice that it comes with strings attached. And that is our fourth sign. Their love is conditional. Conditional love is when that person's love is dependent on certain expectations and behaviors, regardless of your own desires and beliefs, which ultimately means that you feel a lot of anxiety because your partner gives love as a reward and then takes it away as a punishment. Remember, real love isn't about meeting certain expectations. It's about how you feel this unwavering, unconditional love and acceptance for who you are. Now, it's important to clearly distinguish between unconditional and conditional love. Conditional love disregards your boundaries and puts expectations on you, but unconditional love allows you to feel this profound, lasting connection and acceptance of who you are. Now, if you're noticing that your partner's warmth and devotion seem to depend on your behavior, then that's a powerful red flag that you cannot ignore. It's a classic scenario. They shower you with affection when you're playing by their rules and going along with their every whim, but dare to speak your own mind or fall short of their expectations, and instantly you're met with criticism and rejection. And that is not love. It's a transaction. And that pattern is troubling because it leaves you feeling insecure and always scrambling to meet their demands just to hold on to their affection. That is not how a healthy relationship works. In a true partnership, love is not doled out based on compliance. Stop right now and ask yourself these questions. Does my partner's love stay strong and unwavering no matter what's going on? Do I feel loved for who I am, not just for what I do for them or the roles I play, but for the real me? Do I feel genuinely valued and appreciated by my partner? Do I feel a sense of security and trust when we're together? Do I feel like I can be open and authentic with them? If you notice that affection or commitment from your partner is conditional, that's a strong sign of fake love. Genuine love is not about meeting demands and conditions placed on you. Real love is steadfast and it allows you to feel secure, valued, and free to be yourself. Now, conditional love will create an unstable relationship, but rushing into a commitment without building a solid foundation is just as alarming. And this is our fifth strong sign of fake love. There is a rush to commit without building a solid foundation. That should be a huge red flag because it means they want to lock down the relationship quickly without getting to truly know you or taking the time to nurture this truly deep and meaningful bond that relationships are built on. If you catch someone rushing your relationship putting pressure on you and pushing for serious commitments before truly getting to know who you are, then it is a warning sign that cannot be overlooked. Keep in mind that a healthy relationship will evolve at a pace where you can feel secure and comfortable growing and building trust with this person without any pressure. If you feel that things are moving too quickly or did move too quickly, then ask yourself these questions. Did we take the time to truly understand and appreciate each other? Was there a comfortable pace in how we grew our relationship? Does this commitment feel genuine, or did it feel rushed? Have I had enough time to process and understand my feelings? And last, do I ever feel pressured to agree with my partner, even when it feels wrong to me? If you feel like there was a serious rush to make promises about your relationship, stop and think. Real love does not feel forced. It happens naturally at its own pace and in a way where you can feel it building and growing on this foundation of mutual understanding and acceptance, and a genuine desire to feel a real connection with this person. Now, this is really about how you feel, not about the amount of time it takes. So if you recognize any of these signs of fake love in someone, then you'll want to watch this video on 6 signs you're dealing with a manipulator. Right now, though, I'm curious to know if you've ever experienced someone faking love. I have, and we can talk about it in the comments. But if you need to dive deeper into these topics, then subscribe and join us on the channel where we can support each other.